you. Thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it.
No problem. For those of you that don't know, this is Sean Course, the artist I just played before that Perry Get Behind song. This is his mother, and she's going to tell us about him and tell us what's going on. Welcome to the show. We are so happy to have you. Okay, so, take it from the beginning. Tell us who you are and tell us what's going on.
Okay, yes, my name is Naomi Johnson, and I'm the mother of the late Deshon Johnson. That was his birth name, and his stage name, of course, was Sean Cos Mason. I mean, he went by
Okay.
numerous stage name, but yes,
All right. So, how old was he when he passed away?
he was 22. He was
Okay.
22. Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about this, or do you?
Yeah, I can talk about it. I mean, yeah, I can.
Okay.
It's
All right.
painful, but I can.
Gotcha. So, how many years has he been gone?
Well, it's 6 years now that
Oh,
go ahead.
so, so he would have been 28 years old today.
Actually 29.
Oh, 29. Okay,
Yeah, today
gotcha.
would be 29 years old, and fortunately I'm not here. He's not here for to celebrate with him.
Yeah, but we're gonna celebrate because we have his music and we have his voice and his spirit is here with us.
Yes.
If that's not too much, can you tell us what happened?
Yes, I could give you a brief, not in details, very painful. Well, my son,
Yeah.
he was on his way going to work because he also was in college, but he was on his way going to work. He used to work at Home Depot, and
Okay.
he was there waiting for the public transportation, and he got up, and when he got up, he was waiting, and the driver had my son flagged it down. Based on the evidence that I had, he flagged the driver down for him to stop, and instead of the driver, he saw my son. However, he continued on going, and when my son was standing at the curb, he jumped the curb and
Wow.
he ran my son over twice and then dragged him.
Mm. All right. Where did this take place?
This took place in Bloomfield, New Jersey, in the
All right.
morning. At the according to the prosecutor and transit lawyer, they claimed that my son was chasing the public transportation down. Sometimes it's hard for me to say bus.
Yeah.
Um, and luckily, I had a friend he's a judge, and he told me to go talk to the people around the area and find out
Yes.
because they never going, they not the prosecutor and them never going to tell me the truth. So I did just that. I took his advice, and sure enough, because I was the mother, of course, people start telling me what happened. And the guy who was from the gas station at Exxon, he said, "No, your son was not chasing the bus down. Your son was sitting right there at the bus stop." He was saying. He said, "Go to Seven
Wow.
Eleven." He said, "Go to 7-Eleven." He went there. So we went to a 7-Eleven. We, me and my son's best friend, mother, and I, we went there. We three went there, and we talked to them. And the guy at 7-Eleven, the manager said, check your son's card. He used his credit card, and I did. And I had the bus schedule. The bus was supposed to arrive at 10:47. On my
Mm-hmm.
son statement, it said that he left the store at 10:30. So why would he be chasing?
Yeah.
I mean, and if he did not use his credit card and just money, I would not have any evidence. They wasn't going to give it to me.
He was there early, so you're saying there was no need for him to chase the bus down because he was already there waiting for the bus. He was before the bus.
Correct.
Gotcha. Now, why do you think they're covering this up, and who are they? Where did this happen at?
When I say they are covering up, I mean with it's on YouTube. I have a video with the prosecutor, the driver, and the transit lawyer. And in the video, you hear the prosecutor telling the driver, "Oh, you didn't do anything wrong by killing my son. It was out of your control." And the driver gets up and demonstrate how he saw my son. So they intervene, meaning the lawyer for transit, saying, hold up, remember you didn't see anyone, you know.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
so
So they
that's
were
what
trying
that.
to coach him to keep his mouth shut because he was about to incriminate himself.
Correct, correct. And that's on.
That,
And this is not from my voice. It's on online. You
that's
know.
on that's on YouTube.
Yes, I put it on YouTube. I sure enough did. And did what I did, because the video's so long. So what I did, I put like snippets of the
Yeah.
video on Deshon Johnson, Justice for Deshon Johnson on Instagram. You know, where they say, oh, the lawyer asked the detective if there's a video, and the detective say yes, coach video, and all of a sudden through the investigation there's no video. But I haven't with
Mm.
their mouth with the conversation they say it is. But with the lawyers that I hired, there was no help. When I say there was no help, it was all about money, money, money. You know.
So did you get these lawyers from the same town that it like happened in, or the surrounding town?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, you can't do that with these small towns. And what is this town? Where is this at?
I'm sorry. Which one? Say that again, please.
Where is this town? Where did all this take place?
The lawyer or the in Bloomfield, New Jersey, where it happened at.
And Bloomfield, New Jersey. So what do you know about the driver? Is he connected to the town anyway? Does he know people in high places? Because that's how it is usually in those small towns.
See what it is. As I dig again, I couldn't believe what the lawyers that I had hired, because they start fabricating to me, and people
Uh,
probably don't believe it. But I would dream of my son. My son would tell me, "Mom, the driver don't have a clean driver's record." So I start doing my own research, and come and find out, the driver did not have a clean record. And again, I tuck the snippet, and you hear the lawyer from transit says, oh, the driver has a clean history and record. This driver has multiple, when I say multiple infractions, breaking an entry. And again, if you go to Justify Deshon and go to Google image, I put all his infraction, breaking an entry and everything, like 5 civil suits.
he had a criminal record, breaking and entering.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
The bus driver.
The
Was
bus
the bus
driver.
driver is the bus driver connected to anybody in that town that's in a municipality?
Not to my recollection, however, where the mishandling of my son case occur, because the person from the the detective, the head detective from the prosecutor office,
Mm-hmm.
he used to work for New Jersey Transit, and my son's life was taken on a county road. So that's where the conflict of interest is, because it was a
Okay.
county road. And not only that, the chief of the prosecutor, he sits on the safety board with Bloomfield, and he's friends with the Bloomfield police chief.
Okay, so they're all friends. Now, why did you mention New Jersey Transit? Did the bus driver used to drive for New Jersey Transit, or was it a New Jersey Transit bus?
What it is, how it is he was a Coach USA bus driver operating New Jersey Transit bus 709. And see, a lot of
Okay.
people do not know Coach USA is based out of Scotland. They based out of Scotland, and this is how hard it is hard for you to really make a complaint with Coach USA. They are family owned, and they
Mm.
subcontracted with New Jersey Transit. So when it happened, each other was trying to pass it on. No, it was Coach problem. It's New Jersey Transit. It's Coach. It's New Jersey Transit. But they share the branding of New Jersey Transit. What they do, New Jersey Transit lease the public transportation to Coach
Okay.
USA.
All right. So listen. So we're going to talk more about it when we get back. But let's listen to your son's music. Um, were you like a big supporter of his music when he was doing it?
I was supporter of all my son's stuff. Yes, I was a big supporter of his music. He did different genre of music.
Yeah, you absolutely blew my mind because when you sent me these songs, I thought that they were directly from him, and I said, call me so we can schedule this and schedule that. And then when you called me, and you told me the story, it was just absolutely. I said you just have to be on the air. And today is his birthday, and
Yeah.
he would have been 29 years old, and his stage name is Sean Cause. What was his government name?
His stage name is Sean Kais Mason. When he passed, before and I don't say he got killed, and I'm calling
Oh,
what it is. I
okay.
call it still murder, but he got killed. It's not an accident. But his name was Sean Cos Mason, but his birth name was Deshon Johnson,
All right, so we're going to listen to Deshaun Johnson right now, and we have
aka.
his mother, Naomi, on the line. And hold the line, and we're going to come back and talk about this some more. Maybe people out there can help people from those areas, because I know that those small towns are hard to fight unless you are a billionaire. They all know
Yeah.
each other, they all stick together, and they all cover for each other. This right here is Sean Carls Mason, Feels So Good. Naomi, hold on, okay?
Okay. Thanks.
Tonight, something. Hi. Yeah, that right there was Sean Carls Mason, and that feels so good. And today is his birthday, and we have his mother, Naomi, on the line.
Yes.
All right, so what do you want to happen? Like, what's not happening that needs to be done out there in regarding this case?
Well, what needs to happen is I've been trying to get a plaque done, a permanent plaque where he got killed at, right
Okay.
there on Bloomfield on the county road. I wrote to them, but they ignore me. You know, I wrote to them about it because when the freeholder, like, well, when everything's over, well, we can do something about it. I contact him. He ignored me, so that didn't happen. I wrote to the governor of New Jersey, the new governor, and the old governor
Okay.
before it happened. So what I want, just again justice, not just for my son's life, also for all the lives that had been killed, like my son's best friend, Noble. She was killed
Yeah.
first in the
I mean, she
23rd.
was first. How
Huh?
was she killed?
I'm sorry,
I said,
say.
how was she killed?
Oh, she by public transportation by a Coach USA bus driver. She was with her 3-year-old. She was going across the street in East Orange and South Harrison, and the guy was on the phone, the cell phone, the driver, and he hit her and killed her.
What about her baby?
Her baby had survived, and
Oh,
this
survived.
I watched this young lady grew up. She lived right in the same building across the hall from us. Her and my son grew up together, went to Montclair High together. Not knowing when I saw her mother, I'm like, I cannot imagine. Not knowing 5 months later, my son get killed. When my son told me Noble got killed, I said, how? He said, a bus hit her. I said, well, Deshon, be careful. You know how they are. They're so reckless. He said, yeah, I
Wow.
am. He said, I am. I am being careful because one almost hit me before, and this was in January. And not knowing 5 months later, in 26 days, he got hit and killed.
And so how did her case turn out?
What I read, I haven't, after what happened to my son, when it happened to my son 5 months, 26 days later, her mother just moved out the building, because she was
Okay.
just taken back. So I'm not sure how her case turned out. However, I ran to a family member and I saw a witness had comment on the article, and he said he was so taken back how they blamed her on the demise, on her death. He said he witnessed that the driver was on the phone and turned and hit her, and they did not charge her driver either. Based,
And was this in the same area?
no, this was in East Orange on South Harrison.
Okay, so does it go like through like the same route?
No, they're a
Or
different
no?
route,
Okay, it's the same bus company.
same bus company. And I
Wow.
had a woman who had reached out to me on Facebook because I have a change.org petition for Deshon Johnson petition, and one of the women had saw the articles written about my son. And so she reached out to me and she shared her story about her sister. A bus had hit her sister, ran over both of her sister legs, and her sister legs had to get amputated, and her sister was going multiple surgery, as well as she had slipped into the coma because of the overwhelming surgery she had. And the sister stated to me, she said, and the driver who did that to her sister never was charged either. And that the driver had a lot of infractions.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the driver had a lot of
Go ahead.
infractions.
So was he a coach driver also?
You know what? He was New Jersey Transit. See, when it's hard to know if they're a coach bus driver when they operate New Jersey Transit.
Got you. All right, listen. So, is there anything that you want to say to your son since you're on the air and this can go to the airwaves, whatever? Because I think it's being on the show, and if there's anybody out there that can help her with this, like a lawyer that could do a pro bono to fight Bloomfield, and is it East Orange also, or is it just Bloomfield?
Well, it's in Bloomfield. What I need, I need I've been trying to find a lawyer to advocate for me on the behalf and take my son's case back because I have all the paperwork. I just need to
Okay.
be presented. That's all I need. A lawyer to advocate because I went to Al Sharpton, his organization on legal night out in New York. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
spoke with a judge there, and the judge said, "What you knew, yeah, you need an advocate to take it back. You know,
Uh,
a lawyer to advocate for you." So I'm hoping
and
if you know one.
yes, anybody out there listening, if you know anybody that can advocate for Naomi Johnson and her son, so they can look into this his death that is being covered up, please reach out to DJC Radio Global, and we will put you guys in touch with her. Please. Is there anything that you want to say to your son on his birthday?
Yeah, I miss him deeply, and I miss him helping me out because, I became disabled Wednesday, July the 18th, actually 5 years after he got killed in the same town, same date and season. And he was helping me out, and I don't have that anymore, and I wish he was here, you know, to help me and be with
Yes,
him and see his smile and feel his
got you.
touch.
Listen, so we're going to do our part, and we're going to try to help you as best that we can. We're going to contact a few legal organizations and see if they can give you like helping hand. Okay?
Okay, it's going to be hard because I did it because the grand jury, what they did, they had the case and they closed it. And with the grand jury, it's secretive and you don't know what evidence they submit. And I've
Yeah.
been trying to find out and they won't tell you. So they put it on the
Mm-hmm.
behalf on the not really. I don't really think they protecting the driver. They really protecting the county.
Yeah,
And
the whole probably.
yeah, yeah, that's what it is because it happened on the county road. So they're not gonna
All
tell
right.
me what presented.
All right. So we're gonna look into a few things, and we're gonna see if they can help you. Okay.
Okay, I greatly appreciate it, and I thank you on the behalf of my son, aka Deshon Johnson, aka Sean Kais Mason, or Sean M.
Got you. And we're definitely gonna be like praying for you, and I'm gonna look into a few legal teams to see if I can help you out, and I'm gonna get back to you soon.
And I'm trying
Definitely.
to get his
Okay.
music played in clubs,
I
around in
see. Oh
different
yeah,
clubs.
I'm gonna definitely support his songs. I've been supporting him since you sent them to us, and
Okay.
I'm gonna keep playing them, and hopefully somebody will pick them up and start playing them.
I hope so. If DJs hear it, they play in a club, because it's some good
Yeah,
music.
yeah, definitely. It's some great music.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna talk to you soon, and we're
Okay.
gonna finish up the show, and I'm gonna call you after the show. Okay?
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Take care. Thank you for having me.
All right. No problem. God bless.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.